G'day and welcome back to the channel. We have given our feedback to Fable5, who has once again made some adjustments to the team. We've got our Gengar, we've removed Disable, and we've put Sludge Wave back. And Primarina is going to be our Mega Swampert tackler. So we have equipped Primarina with Energy Ball. No adjustments to any of the stat points yet. Just trying to settle into a good rhythm. Again, a lot to do with learning to pilot the team. So let's see what we have. Our first opponent has Megastaraptor, Garchomp, Aegislash, Grimsnarl, Sneasler, and Metagross. So everything here goes down to Garchomp, except for Staraptor. That's going to be our biggest challenge. But they've also got the Grimsnarl, which they could lead with. So I'm thinking if we lead with Gengar, if they lead with Grimsnarl, we can put a bit of pressure on them. And then if they do lead Grimsnarl and have Light Clade, Reflect, and Light Screen, we've got Corviknight for the Defog. Plus we've also got Corviknight to try and maybe tackle the Megastaraptor if it gets a little bit too far away from us. But they do lead with Grimsnarl. So typically Grimsnarl's got the Light Clay. It'll have Light Screen, Reflect. It'll be setting up Light Screen this turn with Prankster. Maybe Foul Play. Obviously not going to see a Fake Out from the Grimsnarl. But we do see the Light Screen, so that we expected. And we've got Corviknight to cover if that needs to be addressed. But that did 60%. So we're using Sludge Wave over Sludge Bomb. It's a little bit higher base power, but we do lose the chance to poison. It's only a 10% chance to poison, down from 30. But it does a little bit extra damage. So they're sacrificing their Grimsnarl to set up the screens, which means we're going to need to pivot to Corviknight soon, because I'm going to expect that's Light Clay and Megastaraptor is going to come out next. But we'll see. Megastaraptor's not going to be able to close combat us, so they are going to be forced to Brave Bird. But they have Garchomp, and this could be Choice Specs Garchomp. So, sorry, Choice Scarf. So I am expecting them to just click Earthquake. But we've got our Corviknight, which is a great Garchomp stopper. So this should ideally removes, reflect, blah blah blah. Yeah, let's get rid of that. So they are probably Choice Scarf, given they have left. But the Defog, the Intimidates against the Mirror Armor is good. We've reflected that. And we have Defogged their Reflect, Light Screen. So all of that's gone now. Are they likely to close combat us? If that's the case, swapping to Gengar right now would be ideal. But they're, as long as we keep our Corviknight alive for their Garchomp, then we're good to go. So we'll pocket our Garchomp for now. Some Rock Slides could be good here, but we may need our Garchomp to combat their Garchomp, maybe in the late game. So we'll hold on to it for now. They did go for the close combat, so they did get a bit greedy there, but that's okay. We can now Shadow Ball them, or Sludge Wave them. They've got contrary now, so if that procs, it will actually give them a special defense. I don't want to do that, so we will just Sludge Wave. See how much this does. 54%. So if they don't KO us this turn with a dual Wing Beat, which they do not, we can KO them next turn. And we can even be even trickier, because I'm going to expect them now to swap. So we know 95. Well, that's 95. That's only 80. And then we have to Sludge Wave on the chance that they stay in. Very unlikely that they'd stay in, but they stayed in. If they swapped to Garchomp there, obviously our Sludge Wave wouldn't be doing as much damage. But yeah, now they've got Garchomp in the back. They could have locked into Dragon Claw, but that really doesn't do much against our Impish Corviknight, so they saw what was coming. Excellent, great start there. Didn't need to abuse Disable at all. Didn't get to use Primarina, but the Sludge Wave there was good. Gave us some options. But we are on to our next opponent. Yee. And they are running maybe Mega Scovillian. They've got the Samurott Hissue, Rotom Heat. They've got Toxapex, Hippowdon, and the probably Mega Metagross. But our team's pretty fizz, so I would expect the Scovillian to make an appearance, especially early. The burn would be pretty good, but if they lead Hippowdon, I think we lead Primarina actually, because that covers the Rotom Heat. It covers the Hippowdon, which is good. We obviously then take Garchomp to handle the Toxapex and Metagross. And then, yeah, I guess we take Gengar. Hippowdon probably not great in this matchup. And Corviknight. No, I don't think Corviknight's going to be overly contributing. So we'll lock in. So there's a good chance they lead with Scovillian. Maybe Rotom Heat. Maybe the Hippowdon. Leaving it to the last second. Good luck and have fun. They are on a 2-win streak. Great Trainer Yi. They're leading with Samurott, which is great for us. We unintentionally had that covered with Primarina. So we can threaten Moonblast. I don't think Energy Ball is ideal here. So that's Moonblast. I guess they might swap into Metagross. But they stay in. They do a Ceaseless Edge. So they can scatter spikes. But we have Gengar to cover for that. So, Bop. That is a one-hit KO. I guess, yeah, Moonblast against the Samurott Hissue. All they got out of that was some spikes. So we might, I don't know. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. They're likely Flamethrower with Leech Seed. But we don't care too much about being burned, really. So let's just Sparkling Aria. Primarina, we still need it. I don't doubt they've got the Hippowdon in the back. I don't know why you would protect there unless you're scouting to see what we have. They're Moody. But they've lost defense. So we're going to capitalize on that with our Garchomp later. So this is their opportunity to set up just a little Leech Seed and maybe set the burn. Oh no, they're not Mega yet. Why aren't they Mega yet? So Leech Seed comes out. they're likely going to protect this turn, given their current strategy. They did get speed. They have lost a lot of defense. So if they protect here, they are in a bad spot. But they are very likely to protect. And we get hurt by the spikes. They went for Giga Drain. So they do have a grass move. They were holding out on us. We did pivot correctly at the right time. They finally got a defense increase, but I still think they are... Oh, they're at neutral now. So they've got special defense and speed, but I don't think that's overly going to help them. What I need to do... Who's the last one? Metagross, surely. Let's Rock Slide. Protect. Okay, so they're scouting out, or they're waiting for another Moody. They're hoping... It's a very gambling strategy they've got going here. So they've got even more speed now. This is one extremely fast Scovillian and may actually outspeed our Garchomp at this point. So wouldn't be overly surprised. And if they switch here, they kind of lose all that bonus. So they are going to finally Mega Evolve. So if we do land this Rock Slide, it is going to burn us. And we're going to be doing half damage. But let us see. So they are now faster than our Garchomp, which is crazy. And I don't know what the chances of this OHKOing is. Unlikely. So we only did 45%. We now burned, so we're now doing half that. We may lose to a Scovillian here. An extremely fast Scovillian. They're not likely to protect here. They might Giga Drain, so this might be a good opportunity to maybe preserve our Garchomp for a bit later. Because yeah, I'm expecting a Giga Drain to come out now and finish off our Garchomp, but we survive. Let's see what... Oh, they don't have Moody anymore, so they just get to keep 4 times speed plus the special defense. That is very rude. We're going to have to Destiny Bond, because otherwise we cannot survive much more of this. But they could Leech Seed us, I guess, and avoid Destiny Bond. Is that how that works? Let's see. So they do Leech Seed. So I was not sure whether they would recoup their life or not. But we do have Destiny Bond now. So if they do try and attack us next turn, they get taken down with us. Or we take them down. I don't know how any of this works. So I'm just going to Sludge Wave. Because they're likely to protect now. It's making them think about it for sure, which is good. Yeah, so they protect, so now they can outspeed us and KO us next turn because we needed to think one more turn ahead and have Destiny Bonded that to cover for the protect. Again, all these scenarios that I have never been in before will be the reason you lose an absolute boatload of games. Because yeah, now they can Giga Drain us, and unless they KO us, they'll walk away with this because they're faster than our Garchomp and they OHKO our Primarina. So they are going to Flamethrower, and yeah, we do not survive. So we needed to cover for the Protect and Destiny Bond again there. Looking back, it's easy to miss. But there you go, Moody Scovillian racking up all the booms before Mega Evolving has paid dividends. So yeah, I think we had the tools to get rid of that, and then I'm assuming Metagross was in the back, which we kind of threw. We wouldn't have had Gengar and our Garchomp was burned, so maybe the end game would have been just as rough for us. So we'll leave it at that. Move on to the next game. We can see we got Umbreon, Hippowdon, Archelidon, Metagross. So all pretty okay. And then you've got Hydreigon and Mimikyu. So the question is, do they lead with Umbreon? And if they do we Corviknight? Corviknight's got some good coverage here. I'm going to assume they're going to lead with Archelidon. That's what I'm assuming. But actually, I think in all scenarios, leading Garchomp is good because we've got coverage across the board, except really the Mimikyu. But I think King Gambit reigns supreme late game. Let's give that a go. I do really like this team in terms of what it has. Like, yeah, it doesn't. I'll have to check. I don't think it really satisfies the type chart team builder approach, but it is quite successful in having options for what my opponent brings. Now, I'm going to assume they can Dragon Pulse and Draco Meteor here. I think Hydreigon outspeeds Garchomp if we are both Choice Scarfed. So I'm not overly in a gambling mood. So I'm going to swap to King Gambit on the chance they Dark Pulse or Draco Meteor. And they Draco Meteor. So this shouldn't do too much. 60. 3. This gives us time to actually set up our Swords Dance now. Because so they're locked into Draco Meteor. They are swapping to Hippowdon. We both get special defense boosts. Great. Having Hippowdon number 2 is an interesting strategy. Now, they can obviously Earthquake us. Or do we need King Gambit 4? Can we afford to lose? We are at +2. They are likely to Earthquake, but I think we're faster. I think +2. They're likely going to be Impish and max defense, right? But they only yawn us. Okay. I was very worried they could just straight Earthquake us then. But actually they don't, and I'm not overly worried if we fall asleep. If I can get rid of that Hippowdon, Protect. Okay, so Hippowdon with Yawn and Protect is annoying. Usually it's Earthquake and Stealth Rock are the other two. And we are now asleep. But we have our Lumberry. So there you go. That's come in handy. Now they're going to have to try for double Protect. But either way, they can't Yawn again. So they're now in a predicament. And that has worked out well for us. I have completely forgot. I think this may be the second time I've used our King Gambit. So Lumberry coming in clutch then. Okay, so Kowtow Cleave's only doing 30. Plus the Sandstorm. So this should do 60 plus Sand. Because they might foul play us. Oh, with the Swords Dance, actually that's big damage. But let's see what an Iron Head does. Oh, and they've got Citrus Berry. So if they foul play, in that case, I think we are now safe to bring in Garchomp. We could eat a foul play here, but then we respond with big Earthquakes. They protected. So they're playing overly defensive, I think. We could even Outrage, because that covers the Hydreigon. So yeah, Hydreigon, Hippowdon, and Umbreon. So if we Outrage, that covers the Hydreigon coming back in. Although they are still quicker than us. But we at least take out the Umbreon with 2 to 3 turns. We probably also take out the Hippowdon. But we're hands off at this stage. We're locked in. We either KO here or we don't. But we are faster. Okay, so we had no reason to turn 1 fear Hydreigon. We were faster and we even opened. So there's our learnings. But we only get 2 turns. So our 3rd turn comes at a risk. But no risk because our opponent has forfeit. Because yeah, a lone Hippowdon with Yawn and Protect is not going to take down a team of 3. So we will take that. But they didn't bring a Mega then. They just brought Umbreon, Hippowdon, and the Hydreigon, and just unfortunately was not enough. So maybe the Hydreigon was a choice scarf then. We're on to our next encounter, our next battle. And what a very Gen 9 team. They have Skeledirge, Meowscarada, Quaquaval, Esperatha, Goldengo, and Bellybot. So I think in all scenarios here we lead Gengar, except if they lead Meowscarada. But our counter for Meowscarada is the Corviknight. But they're going to bring the Skeledirge because we have the Corviknight. So we bring Hippowdon and we bring King Gambit. Our biggest issue is more likely going to be the Bellybot, to be honest. So I think Garchomp. But is that too much? Because we've got to fear triple axle. So I think we do need to bring King Gambit. Or do we bring Corviknight? This isn't very clear cut. Maybe actually we do that. Yeah, I think that's better. Because they don't have too many special attackers. I think Skeledirge and Esperatha, if they're actually going to be Esperatha. They've got Lumina Charge with the Esperatha. They lead with Quaquaval. So, water fighting. We've got our Gengar out. So yeah, we've got King Gambit and Garchomp in the back. Quaquaval can do a water attack. And that's the speed steppy one. Let's Shadow Ball. They're staying in. So we should outspeed them initially, except if they use their signature move, which gives them a boost of speed. So we are initially faster. We do a bit of DPS. Aqua Step. So that gives them the speed boost, which makes them potentially faster than us now, which makes it certainly problematic. But we at least got some damage in. They're obviously now going to be faster than us, so we either lose Mega Gengar here, or we swap to Garchomp. No, I think we swap to King Gambit here. If we swap to Garchomp, Garchomp's not faster either, so Garchomp's taking 2 water steps. If we swap to King Gambit, I don't think we take big damage here. And we can threaten with Sucker Punch. Although it is not very effective. But we can take another one of those. So let's cover ourselves and Swords Dance. See what they do. That only did 66 damage, so if they do it again, they can get all the speed they want. We're now threatening Sucker Punch. And they could just as easily pivot here, and our Sucker Punch wouldn't work. But they're close combat us. So so I could have swapped back to Gengar then. Or I should have Sucker Punched. Yeah, once again. So now it's got Moxie and Speed Boosts. I immediately don't see a way out of this. We should have Sucker Punched. Because Sucker Punch probably should have KO'd. I don't think Quaquaval's got huge amounts of life. Although, yeah, close combat here is probably going to KO as well, isn't it? Or we live. So, and the Garchomp Rough Skin is helpful. So we at least fire back with an Outrage. So we unnecessarily lost our King Gambit then. But we did need a free switch in for Garchomp to work. So yeah, now Goldengo, our Garchomp goes down, but we know our Gengar Oko's a Goldengo, so as long as nothing fancy occurs here, we will lose Garchomp, but Goldengo will go down. So maybe Mega Gengar can come in and fix up our misplay. Because obviously we can't Shadow Ball, we can't Sludge Wave or Focus Blast, so we just Shadow Ball, take out the Goldengo and see what they got last. Whilst we listen to retro music. It is Belly Bot. So, if we Destiny Bond, how does that work? Because I don't think we can Shadow Ball it down or Sludge Wave it. So if we Destiny Bond, we go down last. We'll find out. Because I'm expecting a Parabolic Charge here. And they do, because that should be enough to KO us. But they go down after us, I think. Because we go down and then they go down. So they take the win. But, again, Bellybot is... We needed the Garchomp, and we lost the Garchomp to because I didn't Sucker Punch. If I Sucker Punched, that would have completely changed. So, yeah, more piloting errors, more learning. It's insurmountable, the amount of knowledge and patterns you have to learn to play this game. It's just insane. And yeah, the people who do it at the top, they're studying the data or they're just playing heaps. It's crazy. But we have our next trainer opponent, and we have Hippowdon, Garchomp, Meowscarada. So all of the usuals, they have locked in super fast. So potential Grimsnarl here. So I think Corviknight is going to be helpful. And then we've got Meowscarada. So, but they also have Blaziken. So I think we do that. So they could lead Blaziken here, protect and Baton Pass. They could lead their Grimsnarl and set up the Reflector Might Screen. But they lead with Meowscarada. So this has put us in a bit of a precarious situation. However, let us turn one Destiny Bond and try and take the Meowscarada down, because I think that's going to be better than... is it going to be better? They're going to be... maybe we just go to Corviknight. It was an option. Certainly something we could have done, because they could lock into Night Slash here and take us down. Or Knockoff, sorry. And yeah, Knockoff would have done some big damage, but we lose our Shed Shell. Oh no. But we can roost that back, so that's not overly a problem. We can... Iron Defense? Iron Defense is good. They're taking the opportunity to swap to Garchomp. Why would you bring Garchomp out against Corviknight? That's crazy! Isn't it? I think that's insane. Because yeah, you're... Okay, and you're slow. Slow Garchomp. Stealth Rock? Dragon Tail. Fair enough. Yeah, cool. That'll do the trick. That'll force us back into maybe Gengar or our own Garchomp. That's not a bad thing, because now we just Outrage. We are Choice Scarf. Outrage against Garchomp is good. Outrage against Meowscarada is okay. They live. So we take a little bit from Rough Skin, and they have a Citrus Berry. That's fine if they... Oh, they're just going to Stealth Rock us. Okay. So Gengar and Corviknight will take a little bit of damage when they come back in, but our Garchomp is on a rampage at the moment. Hippowdon comes in, so again, more late game Hippowdon. And that does, almost 50% damage, even if that's max defense. But we're locked in now, so let's keep going. Alright, so we get the Outrage in. Let's see if we get a better roll. No, we get a worse roll. And they just get all their hit points back. But we are in the sand, so we're not going to take any chip damage. Oh, okay. We're confused, but keep on the Outrage anyway. Oh, 1%. That was a crit. They're not going to slack off this turn. They're going to yawn us. So, wow. We're going to have to either break the confusion or get lucky. Hippowdon used Protect. We're kind of locked in there. We didn't get a choice because we're Outraging. Garchomp does snap out of its confusion. It does get to Outrage, but we didn't get an opportunity to pivot after the yawn. So we will be falling asleep, and our opportunity to KO the Hippowdon has come to an end. We are out of confusion, so this will be our first turn asleep. They'll slack off. I don't think pivoting right now is ideal. I mean, we've got Gengar and Corviknight in the back. They're just going to fall asleep as well from a yawn and a Protect. Okay, we do wake up. We are confused, but we do get the Outrage off. This crits, no crit, but they Earthquake us, which obviously they're not going to take any Rough Skin from, because it is a non-contact move. But we are within range of KOing the Hippowdon. They'll get a bit more leftovers from doing this, but we get to waste our 1 in 3 chance of hitting ourselves on a turn they protected. So I'm keen to keep clicking the button because, again, we'll lose a turn if we pivot here. But if we go down or they go down, then unfortunately we hit ourselves and they get back on health. Because maybe Gengar here would be useful to get through the special defense instead of the normal defense. Because they have Meowscarada and the other Garchomp. The other Garchomp's not fast. More Protect from the Hippowdon. So they're just going to leftovers back to full, and we're just going to keep hitting ourselves apparently. Which is super annoying because the idea is to try and get Hippowdon low enough so that when Gengar comes in, Gengar can OHKO. Because if Gengar can't take the KO, then a Hippowdon follow-up Earthquake's going to do big damage. Okay, so now they're likely to Protect here. Oh, because we're locked in. This would have been an opportune time to pivot. But our Outrage has locked us into Outrage, so there's the Protect. We're getting a little bit KO'd here from our own confusion, from our Outrage. But it is enabling us to put the pressure on. Okay, so we are asleep now, so they could just Earthquake us here. They could also... No, they're not likely to slack off, right? No, they are. Okay, fair enough. They are pretty keen to get back to full. So in that case, we've pocketed our one turn of sleep with Garchomp. So there is a chance that Garchomp can wake up again at a later point in time. We did get some Stealth Rock, but we've got Corviknight in now, and all Hippowdon can do against us is Yawn, which is not going to be overly effective. So there's the Yawn. Oh, but it doesn't have anything to prompt us out, does it? Or do they? So we'll get a Body Press in before we fall asleep. Okay, could have maybe Iron Defense there. But they are pretty consistent that they will Yawn and Protect. So we are getting walled by a Hippowdon, but they're not able to put much pressure on us. Okay, so they finally swap back to their Garchomp. We are asleep. But we want to Body Press now. Unless they Dragon Tail us again. Is that their strategy? We could wake up here. We've taken a turn of sleep. We could very well wake up, and a +2 Body Press could do some damage to Garchomp. We do wake up. We are a +2. We could have been a +4, but we do okay. We take a bit of Rough Skin, but I'm expecting Dragon Tail to come out. So our Garchomp could come back in here, but it might get KO'd because it was on pretty low life. But it is Gengar. And Gengar should be able to clean sweep from here, right? Because if we Shadow Ball, that covers if they switch or if they stay in. They're staying in, so Garchomp's gone now. So they can't Dragon Tail our Corviknight anymore. I think they might have lost a bit of steam late game by sticking to their little swap to Garchomp and Dragon Tail the Corviknight. Because they can go back into Hippowdon here. They go into Meowscarada, who was going to knock us off. And our answer to that was just to go back to Corviknight and Roost. Because I want to save the Gengar against the Hippowdon. Although, if Hippowdon catches us on a switch in and yawns us, we're not in a good position, but we should be able to 2-hit KO, is the theory. So, back to Corviknight. I'm expecting knockoff here. They went with Triple Axle. Let's see how much this does. It does put us in a precarious range, but they are Ice type now. So we'll see. Okay, no. Corviknight goes down. If we'd have swapped to Garchomp there, could have been bad. Meowscarada's still on full. Whether we do it now or later, I still think we've got to see if Garchomp can wake up. Survives the Stealth Rock. That's great. That's super effective, but that's too much risk. So let's see if we wake up. Oh, it's Choice Scarf Meowscarada? Because otherwise, how else can you be faster than our Choice Scarf? So they're locked into... Okay. No, because then they can swap now to Hippowdon. Unless we catch them on the switch. We need to catch them. They're not likely to stay now, or are they? Oh, they are going to stay. They're going to hang around. And do one Triple Axle. This Focus Blast will take them down. I was thinking if they switch into Hippowdon then, Focus Blast is not going to do much. And we'd be dicking around against Hippowdon for a bit. And then we'd need to catch them on the switch in. But they didn't do that. They just hung around. they lost out on a triple axle. But again, we're in a scenario where I don't think we can OHKO a Hippowdon, and I think a Hippowdon, if Earthquake KOs us, because that's only doing 40, although they yawn. Why not just Earthquake? That seems silly, because now they stick to what they normally do, which is protect. We've lost everyone in the back. It's a damn shame. I think we were doing alright in that one. Trying to figure out at what point, because we only started. Yeah, I think losing the Corviknight was rough. But again, I'm just not sure why they didn't just turn one Earthquake here. That's risky. Why are you slacking off? I'm very confused by this player. I think Destiny Knot seems to be scaring it, or Destiny Bond. Oh no, now they're just dragging it out for the sake of dragging it out. Unless they've run out of Earthquake PP, which is very unlikely. So we wake up and do our 40% of damage here. It could also crit too. They're going back to yawn, and they will protect here, as they have done in the past. Also now, they've lost their special defense boost, so our extra bit of damage will be doing a bit more now. But they're going to protect here. No, they're not. What a play. They are breaking from their routine to slack off. But again, they're not Earthquaking, and I'm not sure why. I'm confused. Are you just enjoy playing Pokemon and just want to keep this going forever and ever? There we go. I don't know why you should be doing that, but that's what they do. You could have done that about 16 turns ago. So, Mega Evolution Successor. But yeah, we will... I don't know, we should have a lose streak. So, yeah, it's crazy how far we've fallen in Master Ball, and there's still like nothing but top tier OU teams just rocking about at the bottom. So there's got to be a team out there that breaks it all. Well, this is refreshing. Something completely different. And I think in this scenario, we lead with Garchomp. We've got Corviknight, and we take Gengar. So I don't think King Gambit, other than the Dragapult, is going to do well. Hippowdon, good against the Blaziken and the maybe the Archeludon. Primarina could be good here, but why are we taking Corviknight against the Mousehold? Because we got Gengar for the Staraptor. I think we take Primarina. We could honestly almost lead Primarina, really. But I think a Garchomp lead's going to be safer, right? Because Garchomp covers our top 3 plus Archeludon, and maybe a little bit of the Mega Staraptor if we get into it. So I've not really encountered too many Mouseholds in singles. Obviously Population Bomb has quite a potential. They are a flying type gym leader. Okay, so they lead with Dragapult. So we've done this before, and we got outmatched because it was a Choice Scarf Dragapult. So the question is this a Choice Scarf Dragapult? I'm now feeling gambly. So let's gamble that it's not. And it's not, so we get an Outrage in. And that should be enough to KO, and they won't Focus Sash. So not sure what their plan was, but we have ruined it. Now we have Garchomp, but we're locked into Outrage, so we're hands off. So this could be a Choice Scarf Garchomp off, and this could be a tie, and we might have just won. We might never know. But yeah, when you lead 2 dragons and we lead Garchomp, we kind of had that covered. So I'm not sure what their third Pokemon is, but I highly doubt it is going to be able to KO us. No, they just went for top 1, 2, 3. We can't look into Earthquake, which is definitely what we want to do. So let's just swap into Primarina so that we can double back and get our Earthquake. Because they could Protect here to get the speed boost. They could Mega Evolve and then Protect to get the speed boost. Either way works. So we took the opportunity to pivot. We are now at an advantage. And we will Sparkling Aria. So they're fighting fire, we're very good. So we should be able to survive most of what they throw at us. We'll be able to dish back double damage. They get the recoil, we get a Citrus Berry, and we've also got Aqua Jet if they somehow survive this, but they don't. So 3 Pokemon all It's crazy you get opponents that don't Earthquake your Gengar and then you get just a couple of Outrages and a Sparkling Aria and the game's over. It's wildly diverse. But we do have time for some more games. It is a Friday afternoon. We're engaging with a AI generated team. I'm not sure how I feel. The 1 Mega is certainly restrictive, but maybe you can do what some people do and just not run Megas. We have our next opponent, and it's Mimikyu, Starmie. We can see the Alolan Ninetales, so we might be provoked to bring our... are they going to lead Charizard? Maybe. Not really. I think we bring Corviknight and then Garchomp, and then we just need something if they do lead Charizard, which should be Hippowdon, or Charizard. They're probably going to go the Charizard because they've seen our Corviknight. So the answer to Charizard... Oh, we're just going to have to bring Gengar, aren't we? Yeah, I reckon that's it. I don't want to over-complicate it. We've got Corviknight. The Body Press on Tyranitar will do some good damage. They're on a 5-win streak. Fairy Tail go. Okay, so they leave a Starmie. So, Psychic Ruler. If they go Mega Starmie, it's physical. So, having Body Press is good here. We've got Gengar and Garchomp in the back to cover. So on the off chance, on the predominant chance that it's Mega Starmie, will Iron Defense. And they're having a think whether they want to hang around for it or not. Because if they brought Mega Starmie, they're not likely to have brought Charizard, which is kind of the answer to Corviknight. They're Mega Evolving, they're hanging about, but see what it is that they do. Liquidation, so yeah, it does a bit, but we'll get our Iron Defense up, so that'll do half as much next time. And then we will boost. So they're going to keep going with the liquidation. And that is half as much as it did last time. And now we get half our health back. So they should start to see that they are in a losing battle. because we will Iron Defense, and then again Liquidation will do half. Now faster, that's fine. We get another Iron Defense up, and all of this can be undone by one crit from them. So we are always living on a razor's edge. But they're happy just to click that liquidation button and try for a crit. But they get the defense fall from mirror armor. So that's cool, and that's going to help us. Because we're at +4 now. So whether we want to be greedy and just go the full +6, we're at the opportune for it. Because if they're just going to sit there liquidating, then let us get to +6 whilst they get themselves to -2. So this is going to do big damage when it hits. So let's give it a go. Let's see if our +6 body press against their -2 Starmie at half damage is sufficient. I'm going to bet it is. And they're realizing that too. Who would have thought mirror armor liquidation is not good for your defense? They are potentially thinking about losing their win streak, which is unfortunate for them, fortunate for us. They're out of here. They've seen the writing on the wall. They have flipped turned because they don't want to lose their -2 defense Mega Starmie. Ninetales comes out, so unless this is Focus Sash though, they do get the snow warning. But this is going to be a big body press. Not big enough. So, do they Blizzard here and eat through our... We're going to have the body press. If they Aurora Veil, that's good for us, because we have Defog. And if they Blizzarded, we might not have survived. So this will do 40% compared to the 80% it did last turn. But we get Defog. So assuming they go back to Starmie here, or they've got their other option, Mimikyu. Okay, so our Starmie's not... Oh, sorry, our Corviknight is not beneficial here. We could Roost, but let's Defog and see where we're at, because they could Swords Dance here and we could leave them in a position. They managed to crit us, so that avoids our +6 defense. We got rid of their Aurora Veil, so they're going to Shadow Claw us. That's fine. They've lost Ninetales, so we just Garchomp and use that to break the disguise. I can't get Gengar in because of their Shadow Clawing, but they could very much... Ooh, Shadow Claw's big damage. It's the second crit. Are they running the Scope Lens, I wonder? So let's Earthquake, break the disguise, so Gengar can come in here with a bit more gusto. Yeah, so Play Rough has a chance to miss then too, but didn't. So we've broken the disguise, we've set up for Gengar to take the KO on both now, actually. Yeah, so if we Gengar, they can't Shadow Sneak KO us, and we're faster than and more super effective against their Starmie. So Shadow Ball here should pick up the KO, and also against their Starmie. So unfortunately for this person, we have ruined the win streak. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, Shadow Sneak comes out. It's not enough to KO. They weren't Life Orb, so are they Scope Lens? I wonder. But yeah, that'll KO, and then Mega Starmie will come in and KO that. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. We made a lot of piloting errors, I think, in this one. We had choices 50-50, and we just seemed to make the wrong one. Most unfortunate. But we'll take the win here. because there's no surprises from Omega. They are just what they are. Their speed stat is what it is. And Shadow Ball should KO. And it does. Saw that coming. Alright, yeah, we had some wins, had some losses, had some fun, had some downers, but it is what it is. I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you do enjoy this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and I appreciate your support. Otherwise, until next time, take care and enjoy and have a great weekend. Cheers. Bye.